Throughout our country, people of all ages focus on tanning during the summertime, especially us teenagers. We love to be dark, we love to look skinnier and, have that natural glow. But is this the only thing that's happening to our bodies? Um, Ever since I was around 15 years old, I've loved to tan. I've always tanned out in the sun, out in a tanning bed, just, whatever's available. I'm sure you've heard many myths about tanning and like the dangers and the exaggerations, but by understanding the real dangers, you'll be able to protect yourself effectively when you're out in the sun or tanning in a tanning bed. Although tanning has its dangers, we'll uncover the real dangers of being in the sun and in tanning beds and how we can effectively be precautious and protect ourselves from it. First of all, I'm sure we've all heard about first, second, and third degree burns. Well, a sunburn that we get from the sun and UV light is actually considered a first degree burn. This means that the sun penetrates our skin and damages the top portion of it, which is where our hair follicle comes through and where our freckles are, just basically the top layer of your skin is being damaged. And actually, when we do get that tan from tanning, that natural looking glow, this isn't just like a beauty thing that happens from your skin. It's not just a gift. Like, this is our body's way of defending ourselves from the sun. It's trying to protect us and prevent further damage from the UV light that comes from the sun. Now, I know everyone has heard that you can get cancer from, being out in the sun, using a tanning bed, and this is completely true. But it's just like any other thing, like smoking cigarettes, doing dip. This isn't going to like immediately make you get cancer. It takes decades and decades. According to the FDA Indoor Tanning, The Risks of Ultraviolet Rays article, they say that it takes decades for this to actually happen. Like, it's not an immediate effect on your body. However, if you do get, let's say, an abnormal bump or an irritated freckle or something like that, you should probably get it checked out, which in my experience, I actually do have a freckle that's kind of being weird right now, so I should probably get it checked out. But overall, just be kind of, have common sense about how your body's reacting to the sun, and just make sure that you're not overdoing it, because using our sun and its rays in an excessive manner can really have a harmful effect on your body. Now that we've dealt with the dangers of UV light, let's take a look at how people commonly tan. Now, of course, just being out in the sun in general is how most people tan. But then, there's the teenagers and everyone that loves to be tan before the sun actually comes out in the summertime, that we want to use tanning beds. And tanning beds, they actually have 40% less UV light than the actual sun. Now, this may seem kind of weird considering that tanning beds get you, darker faster, but you have to understand that they're more concentrated. Like, they're concentrated on your body when you lay down in a tanning bed. And according to the International Agency Research on Cancer, they're starting to say that tanning beds are more harmful than we ever thought. They're carcinogenic to humans. So that means that they severely damage our skin. Now, of course, activities in the sun, they're less concentrated than tanning beds, but there's more UV light exposure. So basically you're getting, they're both harmful, and we need to be aware of both. So far we've looked at the possible damages caused by the sun and how people obtain UV light exposure. Let's end our look at summertime and tanning by understanding how to properly protect ourselves from the sun's rays. Now, I'm sure we get, so annoyed. I get so annoyed when, your parents or your friends tell you to put on sunblock. But sunblock is probably the biggest help that you're going to get without having to put on a shirt or over your swimsuit or whatever. but you just need to understand how your body reacts to the sun, what kind of skin tone you have, and this will help you purchase the proper SPF sunblock for your skin type, and just be able to prepare yourself. Now, you don't have to completely avoid the sun. You can stay out in it just as long as you're, being aware of if your skin is burning. You obviously need to, sit inside or cover yourself. I mean, it's just common sense. Limiting time in the sun. Basically, what I just said. If you're starting to burn, or it's just getting hot, or you just know that, hey, I'm probably going to be burned if I continue to sit out here, then you obviously need to just walk inside and just, get out of the sun. Clothing. Now, this is probably my least favorite option, but if you're just, let's say you're out on a boat and there's no, there's no way to go inside. There's no shelter, there's no nothing. But you do have clothes. Go ahead and put on a shirt, put on a jacket, something to cover you up. After a while your skin can turn to blisters from burning, so you'd rather look stupid for a little bit and just deal with it instead of being burnt and all blistered. And of course, sunglasses. You can get a sunburn in your eyes, so if at all costs, try and put some sunglasses on. I hope that you learned a lot about the dangers and precautions of tanning and tanning beds and out in the sun, and there's always a safe way to do it. Basically, we've gone over the possible damages the sun can cause, how people around the world tan, and how to prevent damages of the sun. Just remember, tanning will be kind to your healthy skin as long as you use it in moderation and use the information to protect you in proper ways.